Chapter 2538. When the experts of the dragon palaces and the surrounding planets roared, Roving Demon immediately transformed into a terrifying and ferocious devouring dragon. A violent aura that belonged to the bug tribe and the pressure of the divine dragon intertwined and surged towards the surroundings. His body, which was over 10,000 meters long, charged straight for the 3C sect master. At the same time, the 3C sect master, who had just said that the surrounding formations were trash, felt Aosia's aura. His pupils constricted and his expression changed. "Oh no, sect leader, we've been ambushed. Experts from the Dragon Palace are flying towards us." At that moment, the anxious voice of the 3C sect's elders sounded from behind. They saw 300 undying god kings flying towards them. 300, a full 300. The entire 3C sect only had slightly more than 400 immortal god kings. This time they had more than 155th order immortal god kings. However, they found that the experts in the Dragon Palace were not weaker than them. In fact, they outnumbered them. This caused the expressions of the elders of the 3C sect to change drastically. How could the Dragon Palace have so many experts? The sect master of 3C sect swept his gaze over and his expression instantly turned ugly. Roar. But right at this moment, a terrifying claw that was thousands of meters long swept towards him. Sensing the explosions in the surrounding space, the expression of the sect master of 3C sect changed drastically. The other party has a 6th order immortal god king realm expert, retreat. At this moment, the sect master of 3C sect roared with an extremely gloomy expression. In their opinion, a 5th order god king realm immortal king realm expert was already strong enough. Moreover, they also knew about what happened in the chaotic tiger demon kingdom. The Dragon King had an incomparably powerful divine weapon in his hands. Even so, many people could confirm that Dragon Palace was only a 5th order immortal god king. The Dragon Palace's Dragon King was clearly the king of a superpower. His strength was at the 5th order undying god king realm, and according to their investigations, this superpower had just been established not long ago. But now, a 6th order immortal king realm expert had appeared out of nowhere. He was clearly the Dragon King's subordinate. A 6th order god king realm subordinate to a 5th order god king realm? Retreat. The words of the 3C sect leader caused the expressions of everyone in the 3C sect to change slightly. Retreat? Can you get a refund? A look of disdain flashed across Wang Xian's face. Around him, numerous 5th order immortal god king realm experts attacked the sea god battleship. Beep. Defend. The ocean god warship let out a warning sound. The undying god king controlling the warship immediately activated the barrier with an ugly expression. They did not expect the Dragon Palace to have so many experts. So. However, just as they opened their defenses, more than 300 undying god kings from Dragon Palace had already charged over. Among them there were a total of 15 eternal god lords. This was double that of the 3C sect. This is bad. Retreat quickly. I'll help you hold them off for a few seconds. When the sect master of the 3C sect sensed the figures rushing past him, his expression changed drastically. He immediately bellowed fiercely. You won't last a second. When Aosia heard the 3C sect master's words, he revealed a cold expression. His humongous body went straight for the 3C sect master. Get lost. The sect master of 3C sect roared and wanted to repel Aosia. But how could the devouring dragon be so easy to deal with? Boom. At this moment, a series of terrifying attacks landed on the ocean god warship. The humongous ocean god warship emitted large amounts of sparks. This is bad. In front of the ocean god warship, the expressions of several 3C sect elders changed drastically. Looking at the experts of Dragon Palace charging towards them, their expressions were extremely ugly. Eternal God Lord disciples, retreat to your divine kingdom immediately. There were too many undying god kings in Dragon Palace. They could only retreat now. This is bad. Elder, we can't sense our divine kingdom. This strange space is blocking us. Soon, the group of people immediately responded with faces full of panic. Damn it. Deacon and above experts, destroy the surrounding formations. An old man immediately roared. Boom. The undying god kings of the 3C sect hurriedly attacked the surrounding void. Some of the arrays were destroyed, but this strange space did not disappear. There are many of these strange formations. It will take some time to destroy them all. Some experts saw this scene and shouted immediately. How dare you attack our Dragon Palace? All of you shall stay here. At this time Roving Heavens and the rest flew over. They immediately transformed into powerful and terrifying dragons and attacked the 3C sect with tyrannical energy. Not good. The experts of 3C sect felt a chill in their hearts. Bang 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 bang. This time, Dragon Palace had sent out 15 5th Order Immortal King experts, 34th Order Immortal King experts, and more than 200 others. Such a strong force, it was double of 3C sects. Waves of terrifying power of laws attacked, and all the members of the 3C sect in front of them were sent flying backward. Now elders, save us. The eternal God Lord powerhouses roared in shock. 300 undying God Kings attacked together. If they were caught in the shockwave they would be killed instantly. Especially in this strange space they couldn't escape at all. Damn it, all undying God Kings retreat to the immortal kingdom. An elder of 3C sect roared immediately. Run. The rest of the undying God Kings' faces darkened, their bodies trembling. Bang bang bang. When they sensed that their immortal kingdom was about to return, they felt the energy obstructing them. They immediately charged forward. One by one the arrays crumbled. However, this strange space still existed. This caused all the undying God Kings' faces to change. Boom boom boom. At this time the ocean god battleship exploded, spewing out all sorts of metal. So. At this time, array compasses flew over, and a strange array space suddenly appeared. Leave no one alive, kill. When the space once again enveloped everyone, all the experts of Dragon Palace were already charging over. Not good. Shit, we've been ambushed. Block. When everyone from 3C sect saw this, their hearts skipped a beat and they roared in shock. Boom 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 boom. But in the next instant, a series of terrifying attacks engulfed them. Screams rang out, eternal God Lords and even the undying God Kings were in despair under another round of attacks. Double the difference in strength, it was a complete suppression. Other than the 4th Order and 5th Order Immortal Kings who could defend, the rest could not survive the shockwave. Chapter 2539, It's over. Find a chance to break the array. Break the array. Otherwise all of us will die here. Sect leader, find a way to break the array. Otherwise our 3C sect disciples will be finished. In front of Lorman Desolate Beast Garden, the sea god battleship collapsed and burned in space. 50% of the remaining 3C sect disciples and experts were killed in this wave of attacks. This was the result of 7 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts withstanding all the attacks and taking out a defensive treasure. If it weren't for them, no more than 20 people would have survived. Even so, they couldn't withstand too many attacks. Damn Dragon Palace. All of you deserve to die. Break. The 3C sect leader's eyes turned bloodshot as he went berserk. Ka. Under the aftershock of his terrifying might, the black hole disruption array collapsed one by one. However, Wang Xian and the rest had set up hundreds of thousands of arrays here. All the members of the Firehammer clan, including him, had destroyed less than 200,000 of them. Those black hole disruption array that could trap 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts were even less damaged. Aha, 3C sect leader, don't worry. We don't have the strength to kill you today. But the rest of the 3C sect disciples will stay here and watch them die. Wang Xian stared at the 3C sect leader with cold eyes. Dragon King, I'll kill you. The 3C sect leader's eyes were bloodshot. Rumble rumble rumble. Right at this moment the space at the side trembled. Terrifying power of laws attacked everyone from the 3C sect once again. Only half of the 400,000 people from the three armies were left. Seeing the 300 Immortal Kings attacking again, their faces were filled with despair. We can't hold on anymore. One of the 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts roared with trembling body. We can't hold on anymore. The other party's strength was more than double theirs. They might be able to hold on once, but it would be difficult to hold on for a second or third time. No. The 3C sect disciples screamed in despair. Boom. Arg. As the attacks landed, the remaining half died again. 90% of them died. No. The sect master of 3C sect, who was entangled by roving crab, shuddered. His heart was bleeding. This time he had led nearly half of the 3C sect's forces. If all of them were to perish here, the 3C sect would not be able to bear the consequences. Shadowfish, destroy the surrounding formation. His body suddenly trembled and a blurry shadow appeared behind him. This shadow was completely transparent like a transparent fish. Whoosh. His body moved and instantly shuttled through the surroundings. Ka. Very soon, the sound of the array cracking could be heard, and the strange black hole in the sky rapidly decreased. This is? Battle Pet, a level 5 Undying God King Battle Pet. Wang Xian looked at the shadow and his eyes lit up. Haha, thank you for giving me a battle pet, 3C sect leader. Wang Xian squinted his eyes and laughed out loud. With a wave of his arm, the 5 elements grindstone shrouded the shadow. Whoa! Sensing the threat, the shadow fish's body trembled slightly. In the next moment, it transformed into tens of thousands of bodies in the void. Each body was incomparably real, and it was difficult to distinguish them. Tens of thousands of bodies immediately attacked in all directions, and all of them possessed terrifying offensive power. This talent is not bad. However, I still have to thank the 3C sect leader for the gift. Wang Xian revealed a smile. The 5 elements grindstone landed above a shadow fish, and a white spatial lock immediately imprisoned it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. In the next moment, horrified cries could be heard. That shadow fish was sucked into the 5 elements grindstone, and the rest of the shadow fish disintegrated rapidly. How is this possible? Seeing the shadow fish being captured rapidly, the 3C sect leader's expression changed drastically. No. Save me, sect leader, save me. At this moment, a series of tragic cries could be heard. He swept his gaze across and his body trembled. Bam! While he was distracted, a terrifying dragon tail swept across his body, sending him flying. No, how can the Dragon Palace be so strong? With such strength, why are they holing up in such a small place? The 3C sect leader could not understand. With such strength, they wouldn't be weak even in the central region of the South Star Galaxy. With such strength, why would they hide in such a remote place? No matter how he thought about it, he could not understand. Boom, boom, boom. We're finished. Beside the destroyed battleship of the 3C sect, the experts of the 3C sect watched the attack in front of them in horror. After a few waves of attacks, the rest of the disciples were all killed. Even the 100 over Undying God Kings had been reduced to about 10. The rest were all dead. Looking at the 15 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts and 30 to 44th Order Immortal King Realm experts charging towards them, their faces were filled with despair. When they came, they thought that they would be able to destroy the planets and force the Dragon Palace to flee. But now, they didn't even have the chance to escape. Kill. The 3C sect 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts were filled with the determination to die and lunged forward. Rumble, boom, boom. The battle and slaughter continued, but the 3C sect experts were indeed falling one by one. Wang Xian waved his arm, and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. He looked at the 5th Order Immortal King Realm battle pet, the shadow fish, and smirked. This 3C sect is really a good person. If I can sell this battle pet, I'll be able to truly step into the Undying God King realm. Wang Xian's eyes burned with passion. He was currently in the 9th Order Eternal God Lord realm. In the Divine Dragon transformation, there was no peak Eternal God Lord. In other words, he would directly step into the God King realm. Once he became a God King, he would have the battle strength of a 7th Order Immortal King. At that time, there would only be a handful of people in the entire South Star Galaxy that could be his match. Kiki. Wang Xian looked at the battle in front of him with a smile. He did not even need to do anything in this battle. As for the 3C sect, the only one who could escape alive was the 3C sect leader. As for the rest, they had to stay here. The following battles went on without any surprises. 3C sect 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts gradually fell. With each death, the 3C sect fell into greater despair. Dragon Palace Dragon King. The 3C sect leader looked at the inevitable defeat. His body trembled and his eyes turned bloodshot. I won't be sending you off. Wang Xian looked at the 3C sect leader and said indifferently, today's grudge, I will definitely avenge it. He roared, but in the next instant, his figure slowly disappeared. Useless roar. Wang Xian mumbled. The remaining 4 Immortal King Realm experts lost their will to fight as they saw their sect leader fleeing. Chapter 2540, Dragon King. All the enemies of 3C's sect have been annihilated. 5 minutes later, the last 4 5th Order Undying God King Realm experts were killed. Prime Minister Turtle reported with a smile. Keep all the spoils of war. Also, use the name of Dragon Palace to advertise on the artificial intelligence system. Tell everyone that our Dragon Palace isn't a pushover. Wang Xian chuckled as he spoke to Prime Minister Turtle. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. You guys handle things here. Roving Crab, come with me. Wang Xian looked at Roving Crab and said, Xiao Xian, where are you going? Beside him, a group of girls asked him curiously. I'm going to the South Star Galaxy. If everything goes well, I'll be able to achieve a breakthrough in my strength. Wang Xian replied with a smile. The sect leader of 3C sect was a good person. He even released that 5th Order Undying God King Realm battle pet. Now that the battle pet had been captured by him, all he had to do was sell it and his strength would improve tremendously. This time it wasn't just a single rank increase but 2 ranks. Wang Xian wanted to improve his strength quickly. Once he did, he could kill his way into Xinghua planet and annihilate the 3C sect without hesitation. As for those who weren't convinced, he would just kill them. Be careful. The group of girls nodded in agreement. Wang Xian nodded and flew towards the Dragon Palace with Roving Crab. Through the Dragon Palace on that barren planet, they entered the center of the South Star Galaxy. 3C sect has suffered such a huge loss this time. I'm curious to see if they regret it. Emperor Star Maiden looked at the destroyed battleship in front of her with a gloating expression. Almost half of 3C sect's strength had been lost because of a sect disciple. The sect leader of 3C sect was probably vomiting blood by now. Take a few pictures and do some close-up shots. Prime Minister Turtle walked over with a beaming face and turned on the artificial intelligence system to take some pictures. Especially the corpses of the 5th Order Undying God King Realm experts from 3C sect. Following which, he took out the artificial intelligence system and sent a message in the name of the Dragon Palace. 3C sect leader led 150 Undying God Kings and 400,000 Eternal God Lords to invade my Dragon Palace. Our Dragon Palace can only entertain them warmly. This is the price they have to pay for the arrogance of a 3C sect disciple. After editing a message, Prime Minister Turtle immediately sent it out. At the side, the Emperor Star Princess watched from the side. When she saw Prime Minister Turtle's message, her lips curled up. Prime Minister Turtle, you guys don't have much attention. Come, let me give you a like. The Emperor Star Maiden took out the AI, her eyes flashing with a bright light. Star Maiden, your method is too beautiful, haha. A group of girls gathered around him. They did not have a good impression of a force that threatened the Dragon Palace and even sent an army to attack them. After the Emperor Star Maiden liked the post, all her fans were able to see the message. In at most 2 to 3 hours, this matter would spread across the entire South Star system and even the Imperial Star region. At the same time, on a barren planet in the South Star system, Wang Xian and Aoxia emerged from the ocean. Both of them flew towards the nearest planet. Without the Emperor Star Maiden Yinshan and the rest, Wang Xian and Aoxia were very fast. In half an hour they arrived at a human planet. This was a small planet, but there was a teleportation array on it. Through the teleportation array, Wang Xian and the rest made a transit. This time, Wang Xian's destination was the Tianshan commercial planet. Tianshan commercial planet, one of the 5 major commercial planets, belonged to the Tianshan Sword sect. This was a top-notch force in the South Star system, with a 7th-level Immortal King Realm expert holding the fort. They had dominated the South Star system for over 50 to 60 million years. Their foundation was not something the chaotic Tiger Demon Nation could compare to. It was not something the 3C sect could compare to. This was a true veteran force. Through the teleportation array, Wang Xian instantly sensed that he had appeared on a bustling planet. Just from the surroundings of the teleportation array, he could tell that it was a level higher than the Xinghua planet. Warning, warning, a wanted criminal of the South Star system has entered. Warning, warning, a wanted criminal of the South Star system has entered. Just as Wang Xian and the rest appeared, a mechanical voice suddenly sounded. Wang Xian was taken aback. Around him, many people looked at him with vigilant expressions. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. At this moment, several figures flew over. Among them were small battleships. The Immortal King guarding the teleportation array area immediately appeared in the sky and locked his eyes on Wang Xian. Seeing this, Wang Xian frowned slightly. Dragon King of Dragon Palace? The old man from the Tianshan Sword sect looked at the artificial intelligence system in his hand before looking at Wang Xian. Dragon King, you have disregarded the rules of the Xinghua commercial planet and killed someone on the spot. You are now a wanted criminal of the Xinghua commercial planet. Although the Tianshan commercial planet will not arrest you, you have been listed as a dangerous person due to your performance. You are prohibited from entering the Tianshan commercial planet. If you enter the planet by force, we will deal with you according to the rules of the Tianshan commercial planet. The old man stared coldly at Wang Xian and said directly, "He is the Dragon King? Dragon King of Dragon Palace. Why is he here? Didn't the 3C sect attack them? Is he trying to hide? That's possible. However, the Tianshan commercial planet seems to have listed him as a prohibited person. Although it was the 3C sect disciple who provoked the Dragon King on the Xinghua commercial planet, he should be listed as a dangerous person since he killed someone on the spot. It's reasonable for the Tianshan commercial planet to ban him from entering." The surrounding crowd looked at Wang Xian and discussed softly. "Banned?" Wang Xian frowned immediately when he heard the old man's words. "That's right. Please teleport back immediately. Otherwise don't blame us for being rude." The old man stared coldly at Wang Xian and said, "All right." Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he stepped into the teleportation array and left. The Tianshan sword sect is so domineering. That Dragon King is also a force. How could he be banned just like that? It's the Dragon King who violated the rules of the commercial planet. Given the foundation of the Tianshan commercial planet, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace is not a threat at all. It's normal for him to be banned. The surrounding crowd shook their heads as they saw the Dragon King and his group leaving. The Tianshan commercial planet is still the safest. Even the leader of a force is not allowed to enter the commercial planet. I support the Tianshan commercial planet. Following which, some people sighed with emotion. They gave the Tianshan commercial planet a thumbs up. Elder, the Dragon King is also an elite 5th Order Immortal God King. Will it be fine if he is banned? In the sky, a middle-aged man walked to the side of the old man and asked softly, "Just a third-rate force. Don't worry about it." The old man waved his hand and did not seem to care about the Dragon King of Dragon Palace at all. Chapter 2541. The incident at Xinghua planet had blown up and the entire South Star system knew about it. This incident had a huge impact on Xinghua planet. At the same time, Xinghua planet had issued a wanted order for the Dragon King and his group. The weaker forces might not have dared to put up a wanted order for the Dragon King and forbid him from entering. But the other 4 major forces and 4 major commercial planets dared. In addition, they had learned about what had happened at Xinghua planet. Although the disciples of the 3C sect were arrogant, it was a fact that the Dragon King had killed them. They had unanimously decided to forbid the Dragon King from entering their territories. As for the Dragon King from Dragon Palace, they didn't have to worry too much. How dare they forbid me from entering their commercial planet? At this moment, Wang Xian, who had just teleported out from Tianshan planet, didn't look too good. He didn't expect Tianshan planet to forbid him from entering. Once he was barred from entering, it would be difficult for him to sell his battle pets. Let's go to the other 3 commercial planets. Wang Xian looked at the artificial intelligence system in his hand and said to Aoxia. Then they made their way through the planet's formation. However, for the next few times he was stopped before he could make his way through. That was because he had entered the territories of the other 3 forces. There were 5 commercial planets in the South Star system. Apart from Xinghua planet, which was jointly established by the 3 forces, the others were established by the Tianshan Sword Sect, the North Gate Immortal Dynasty, the Sky Eagle Cloud Group, and the 9th Grade Heavenly Sect. Each force had a 7th Order Immortal King Realm expert in their command. They were the absolute overlords in this region of the Handsome Man planet. Each force had thousands of habitable planets with humans. The number of Immortal King Realm experts in each of them was between 1,000 to 2,000. If Wang Xian wanted to enter the other 3 commercial planets, he would have to make his way through the planets in their territories. But once he stepped into the territories of the 3 forces, he would be expelled. Wang Xian didn't want to offend the 3 forces. The Dragon Palace was no match for them. Moreover, there was nothing he could do if they didn't allow him to enter their planets. If I can't enter the commercial planets, I won't be able to sell my battle pets. Wang Xian didn't look too good. He was so excited to get a 5th-rank Eternal God battle pet that he wanted to sell immediately to improve his strength. Yet he encountered such a situation. Battle pets were not like other items that could be sold on a commercial planet. He had to tame them himself. Let me go back first. With a slight setback, Wang Xian could only turn back. Just as Wang Xian returned, a piece of news spread across the South Star Galaxy. Look at the news released by the Dragon Palace. The sect leader of the 3C sect led a group of disciples to destroy the Dragon King. In the end, almost all of them were annihilated. Only the sect leader of the 3C sect escaped. What's going on? Just now, the 3C sect and Xinghua planet announced that they would destroy the Dragon Palace. Now, the 3C sect has suffered heavy casualties. It's not just heavy casualties. Look at those pictures, they're all peak experts of the 3C sect. 8 Fifth Order Immortal God Kings are dead. Even the 3C sect's Ocean God battleship was destroyed. I heard that 400,000 to 500,000 3C sect elite disciples and more than 150 Undying God Kings were ambushed and killed by Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace definitely has a 6th Order Immortal God King realm expert. Otherwise, how could they kill so many experts from the 3C sect? The Dragon Palace is no weaker than the 3C sect. The reason for the uproar was the message that Prime Minister Turtle had released. It was news of the 3C sect's experts being annihilated. When everyone saw the pictures, their faces were filled with shock. The 3C sect was one of the rulers of Xinghua planet. The fact that they could control a business planet was proof of their strength. They were one of the top 10 existences in the entire Southstar galaxy. Not long ago, they had sent a large number of disciples to destroy the Dragon Palace. In everyone's opinion, the Dragon Palace would definitely suffer heavy casualties and the planet would be destroyed. However, the result was a crushing defeat. Only the 3C sect leader managed to escape. This caused everyone to be incomparably shocked. How strong was the Dragon Palace to be able to annihilate almost half of the 3C sect's forces? At the very least, they were not much weaker than the 3C sect. In other words, the Dragon Palace's strength could almost be ranked in the top 10 in the Southstar galaxy. This caused an uproar. But not long after, a piece of news attracted the attention of many. The news was that the Dragon Palace's Dragon King was denied entry to the Tianshan business planet. This shocked everyone. However, when they thought about what happened on Xinghua planet, they could understand it. Putting everything else aside, it was a fact that the Dragon King had killed people on a business planet. Not allowing him to enter was also the right thing to do. Sword King, I've just received news that the Dragon Palace has annihilated nearly half of the 3C sect's experts. They should have a 6th Order Immortal King realm expert as well. If we don't let them in, shouldn't we? However, at this moment, within Tianshan Commercial Planet, the old man who had rejected Wang Xian's entry was reporting the news to a shadowy figure in front of him respectfully. At first, he did not take it to heart that they refused to let the Dragon King enter their business planet. However, when he saw the news of the Dragon Palace annihilating the experts of the 3C sect, he felt slightly worried. The Dragon Palace's strength could be ranked in the top 10 in this region, which was enough for them to pay attention to it. It's fine. According to what I just heard, the North Gate Immortal Dynasty, Sky Eagle Cloud Group, and the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect have also banned the Dragon King from entering their planets. Since we've already made our decision, there's no need to change it. It's just a Dragon Palace. It's good for our Tianshan Commercial Planet's reputation if we refuse to let them in. The Phantom of the Sword King said indifferently to the old man. Yes. The old man nodded slightly. This would indeed increase the reputation of their business planet by quite a bit. Furthermore, if they were to advertise it a little more, it would definitely win the hearts of the people. Xiaoxian, what's going on? Within the Dragon Palace, a group of girls had been paying attention to the information on the artificial intelligence. They had also received news of Wang Xian being denied entry into the business planet. This is a little troublesome. Wang Xian shook his head and said, "If they don't let us in, we won't enter. What's the big deal?" Guan Shuqing and the girls were a little angry and spoke up for Wang Xian. It's just a small matter. Let me settle this matter." Wang Xian smiled and shook his head. "Prime Minister Turtle." He called out softly and summoned Prime Minister Turtle over. "What can I do for you, Dragon King?" Prime Minister Turtle asked respectfully. "Use all the corpses we've collected this time to create a 6th Order Immortal King. Also, do you know what's going on with the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire?" Wang Xian sat on the dragon throne, knocked on it gently and asked. "Dragon King, the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire is still taking revenge on the Monster Slayer sect. However, the Monster Slayer sect seems to have entered the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect." Chapter 2542. The Rank 9 Heavenly Sect interfered in the war between the Monster Slayer sect and the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom? Wang Xian raised an eyebrow and asked Prime Minister Turtle. They didn't participate. However, the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect allowed people from the Monster Slayer sect to enter their territory. It can be considered a form of protection. Prime Minister Turtle said. Really? Wang Xian pondered for a moment. The ninth-grade Heavenly Sect had also offended the Chaotic Tiger Demon Nation by protecting the Demon Slayer Sect. However, with the strength of a Grade 9 Heavenly Sect, the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom did not dare to rashly offend them. Even though they had 7th Order God King Realm Immortal King Realm experts, they couldn't compare to such a powerful force. Is the war over? Wang Xian took out the artificial intelligence system and sent a message to Sky Demon Grand Tutor. The war has come to an end. Dragon King, we will send someone to deliver the corpses soon. Before long, Sky Monster Imperial Tutor replied to Wang Xian. I'll make a trip to your Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom. I have some matters to attend to, said Wang Xian to the Sky Demon Imperial Tutor immediately. All right. The Heavenly Monster Imperial Tutor on the other side did not hesitate and directly agreed. This time, the reason why the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom could kill so many people from the Demon Slayer sect was all because of the array that Wang Xian had given them. They would remember this favor. Let's go to the Chaotic Tiger Kingdom. Wang Xian stood up immediately and spoke to Roving Crab in front of him. Are they all so busy? Running back and forth. Beside him, the Emperor Star Maiden looked at Wang Xian and spoke. It is a little busier. Wang Xian shrugged his shoulders helplessly and left with Aosier and the rest. Sky Array God Emperor, are you interested in joining our Dragon Palace? As they hurried along, Wang Xian suddenly spoke to the Sky Array God Emperor. Oh. The Sky Array God Emperor, who had been standing behind Wang Xian all this while, suddenly froze for a moment. An illusory figure appeared right beside him. Dragon King, what do you mean? The illusory figure of the Sky Array God Emperor trembled as he asked Wang Xian. If you're willing to join the Dragon Palace, I'll be able to help you build your body soon, said Wang Xian with a smile. Join the Dragon Palace and forge your body. Hearing the words forge a body, the Sky Array God Emperor's illusory figure trembled slightly. Does joining the Dragon Palace require me to submit to you completely? But very soon, Emperor God Tianjinzi frowned and said. After possessing Wang Xian for such a long time, he could naturally tell that the members of the Dragon Palace were completely submissive to Wang Xian. This kind of submission came from the soul. It was forcefully transformed by the Dragon Palace. That's right. Old Sky Array God Emperor, you should know that your upper limit is the God Emperor realm. If you join the Dragon Palace, you'll have the chance to stand at the peak of the universe. You'll have the chance to become a Grand Wizard or even an Ancestor Wizard, said Wang Xian plainly. Wang Xian was able to forge a body for the Sky Array God Emperor in the past, but he did not forge a true body for him. The main reason was that helping him build a body would consume too much energy. It would be better to improve the strength of the Dragon Palace. But now, Wang Xian was prepared to forge a body for the Sky Array God Emperor. The premise was that he was willing to join Dragon Palace. There were also great benefits for the Sky Array God Emperor to join the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian could forge a divine dragon body for him. By the side, the expression of Sky Array God Emperor changed. He did not agree immediately. Wang Xian did not say anything else. If the Sky Array God Emperor did not agree, then the body that Wang Xian forged for him might be reconstructed under the premise that the Dragon Palace had absolute suppression over him. After all, Sky Array God Emperor knew too many secrets regarding the Dragon Palace. It took Wang Xian more than 10 hours to reach the planet of the Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire. Dragon King, I agree to join the Dragon Palace. When will you forge a body for me? When he arrived at the Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire, Emperor God Tianjinzi gave him a reply. This brought a smile to Wang Xian's face. Alright, all the resources that I brought from the Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire will be used for you to reconstruct your body. Wang Xian's eyes shone brightly. Helping the Sky Array God Emperor to reconstruct his body did not mean that he could regain the combat power of an emperor. It depended on how many resources there were in the Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire. With more resources, the Sky Array God Emperor would be stronger. With less resources, he would be weaker. As for returning to his peak, he would need to cultivate himself or get more resources. Alright. The Sky Array God Emperor nodded heavily. He was full of anticipation and excitement about his release. In the past 10 hours he had thought it through. Even if he returned to his peak, it would be hard for him to take revenge. If he wanted to destroy the other party, he would need to have greater strength and influence. The Dragon Palace had this potential. Welcome Dragon King. In front of the teleportation array, the experts from the Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire who had been waiting immediately welcomed Wang Xian. Lead the way. Wang Xian nodded his head and followed the experts from the Chaotic Tiger Demon Country towards the Demon God Palace. Welcome Dragon King. Ah. When Wang Xian and the rest entered the palace of the Demon God Palace, Sky Demon Imperial Tutor and King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire stood up and laughed loudly. Their war had just ended and it was a great victory. As for what happened in the Dragon Palace, they had already heard about it. Imperial Tutor Monarch, sorry to disturb you. Wang Xian cupped his fists at them. Haha, it's no trouble at all. This time we should be thanking you personally. King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire smiled and said, Dragon King, these are the enemies we killed this time. Sky Demon Imperial Tutor threw a few space rings to Wang Xian. Wang Xian took a glance and his eyes were filled with surprise. He nodded his head slightly. Dragon King, I heard that you guys have been facing some problems recently? King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire gestured for Wang Xian to take a seat and said, It's just a small matter. Our Dragon Palace can handle it. Wang Xian smiled and looked at them. This time, I'm looking for King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire and Imperial Tutor because I have something to discuss. Of course, it depends on whether you guys agree. Oh, what's the matter? King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire raised his eyebrows and asked doubtfully. I want to build a commercial planet. I wonder if Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire is interested in joining? Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he said plainly. Build a commercial planet? King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire was slightly shocked and fell into deep thought. One could imagine the profits of a commercial planet. Even those powerful forces couldn't help but get involved. It was impossible for Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire to say that they didn't want to have a commercial planet. However, they belonged to the Sky Demon tribe and were at a disadvantage in terms of race. In addition, they had been fighting with the Demon Slayer sect, so it was impossible for them to build a commercial planet. But now, Dragon King, it's not that easy to build a commercial planet. With our strength we can build it. However, in terms of operation, to be honest, Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire can't do it. One more thing. The most important thing for a commercial planet is safety. Over here, the Demon Slayer sect will come and create trouble. Moreover, Dragon King, the 3C sect will not allow us to build a commercial planet. King of Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire frowned and said, I can solve all these problems. Wang Xian revealed a confident look. Since they would not allow him to enter a commercial planet, he would build one. Chapter 2543. When Wang Xian was denied entry to the Tianshan commercial planet, he had been thinking about this. The Dragon Palace's battle pets had to be tamed by him, and the best place to sell them was a commercial planet. Because it was safe and crowded. Now that the commercial planet did not allow him to enter, he could only sell it elsewhere. Since he was going to sell them elsewhere, why not build a commercial planet? Wang Xian had witnessed the profits of a commercial planet. A Dongqi planet could bring in a huge amount of resources, not to mention a commercial planet in the center of the South Star system. Moreover, Wang Xian had the confidence and capability to build a powerful commercial planet. However, he was not familiar with the South Star system and had no background. It would be best if he could find a strong force to help him settle some matters. The Tiger Demon country was a good choice. Dragon King, can you solve these problems? The safety of a commercial planet is a huge problem. If an undying God King wants to cause trouble, he can escape after killing someone. We can't do anything about it. The Tiger Demon Country King frowned and asked again in disbelief. Don't worry. Since I'm considering building a commercial planet, I have considered this. I will solve this problem. Besides, I can also solve the customer problem. I know Goddess Yin, who is also a member of the Dragon Palace. Together with the battle pets of the Dragon Palace, Wang Xian smiled faintly at the King of Tiger Luan Country with strong confidence. If the Dragon King is confident, the Tiger Demon Country will naturally agree. However, the Tiger Demon Country might not be able to offer much, but the Old Master will have no problem keeping a commercial planet under control. The Sky Monster Country Master stood up immediately, his eyes glistening. A commercial planet was too significant. Even the weakest commercial planet in the South Star system, Xinghua Planet, could support the three forces. If the Tiger Demon Country could have a commercial planet, they would have an endless supply of resources. I still need some time to prepare for the details. Once the Dragon Palace is ready, I will let you know. Wang Xian smiled and said, All right, the Tiger Demon Country will not decline when the time comes. The Tiger Demon Country King promised. All right. By the way, Tiger Demon Country King, I have a 5th rank Undying God King battle pet. I wonder if you can help me sell it? Wang Xian hesitated for a moment before asking. If he could exchange that 5th rank Undying God King battle pet for resources, his strength would increase. A qualitative improvement. Well, Dragon King, the chaotic tiger kingdom is unable to take this battle pet for the time being. The former state advisor has consumed too much energy to make a breakthrough. We have gained a lot from this battle, but we have also lost many soldiers. Our chaotic tiger demonic kingdom does not have many friends to begin with. It will be difficult to find a buyer for you. The king of the Tiger Yuan country slightly shook his head. It's okay. I can wait. When the commercial planet opens, I'll hold a pet sale. Wang Xian shook his head in disappointment. After a brief conversation with them, Wang Xian rushed back to the Dragon Palace. Dragon King, can you reconstruct my body now? The moment he returned to the Dragon Palace, the Sky Array God Emperor could not help but form an illusory figure. His eyes were burning with passion as he spoke to Wang Xian. We can do it now. Wang Xian nodded his head and immediately flew towards the Dragon Transformation Pool. Prime Minister Turtle, ask the members of Dragon Palace in the Dragon Transformation Pool to leave temporarily. As he spoke, he waved his arm and placed the corpse in the spatial ring to the side. The corpse was quickly absorbed into dragon blood. There were a total of 1,000,000 corpses in the 10 spatial rings. Among them there were over 200 Immortal King corpses. There were 10 fifth-order Immortal King corpses. There were also 500,000 to 600,000 Eternal God Masters. Clearly, the chaotic tiger demonic kingdom had spent a lot of effort to kill so many experts from the Demon Slayer sect. Walala. The next moment, a large amount of dragon blood gushed out from the 9 dragon pillars. Come. Wang Xian moved and immediately flew into the Dragon King Hall. Voila. The unparalleled sacred wings appeared behind him. Come out from the unparalleled sacred wings. The soul returning wood will absorb you and turn you into a soul returning fruit. The resources in the Dragon Transformation Pool are sufficient for you to evolve as you wish. You can choose any type of dragon. Wang Xian said to the Sky Array God Emperor. Alright. The Sky Array God Emperor immediately broke free from the unparalleled sacred wings. The soul returning wood trembled slightly and collected his soul. A fruit was gradually born. 10 hours later, Wang Xian plucked the fruit and threw it directly into the Dragon Transformation Pool. I hope it won't disappoint me. Wang Xian waved his arm again and threw an eternal pregnancy fruit into the pool. He mumbled. The main reason why he was reconstructing the body of the Sky Array God Emperor at this time was to prepare for his next plan. A commercial planet. The Sky Array God Emperor was indispensable in the construction of a commercial planet. Prime Minister Turtle, send the mysterious demon, Firehammer tribe, and roving heavens to the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden to capture wild beasts. While the Sky Array God Emperor was reconstructing his body, Wang Xian ordered Prime Minister Turtle. To attract a large number of customers in a commercial planet, one had to rely on a large number of battle pets. The Firehammer tribe knew about arrays. With the 5 elements grindstone and the experts of the Dragon Palace, they could enter the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden to capture wild beasts. Yes, Dragon King. I will arrange it immediately. Prime Minister Turtle answered immediately. Next, Wang Xian waited quietly for the body of the Sky Array God Emperor to be reconstructed. A month later, a deafening roar reverberated throughout the Dragon Palace. The sudden sound shocked all the members of the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian moved and immediately came to the Dragon Transformation Pool. He stared ahead. As Wang Xian looked ahead, his eyes were filled with astonishment. What is this guy doing? In the Dragon Transformation Pool, 9 heads were suspended in the air. Each head had a different attribute. Each head was in the shape of a dragon's head and had a 9-colored body. Currently, the Dragon Palace did not have such a dragon species. Reconstructing one's body did not mean one could have any attribute at will. But now, the Sky Array God Emperor had created 9 attributes. Wang Xian could clearly see that these 9 attributes were not linked together. This was a little strange. Because of these 9 attributes, this physical body could not be compared to the body of a divine dragon. In fact, it was far from it. Xiao Xian, what happened? At this time, the group of girls and Prime Minister Turtle rushed over and asked in surprise. Wang Xian shook his head and did not say a word. He looked quietly into the Dragon Transformation Pool. At this time, the 9 dragon heads changed. The 4 on the left and right were separated. The water attribute dragon head was in the middle. The other 8 dragon heads looked more like a creepy arm. Chapter 2544, Ka Ka Ka. The transformation of the strange creature in the Dragon Transformation Pool had not ended. His 9-colored dragon body slowly emerged. The dragon body was not long, only about 20 meters long. Its tail was only about 2 meters long. Wang Xian could sense that this dragon body was extremely weak. He could easily destroy it. Hua la la la. At this moment, the dragon blood in the dragon transformation pool surged into his body at a terrifying speed. This dragon blood, which was enough to give birth to 500 to 600 Undying God Kings, and 2 to 3 level 6 Undying God Kings, was all surging into that strange body. As the dragon blood entered, the strange creature did not grow bigger or shrink. Other than the radiance, Wang Xian did not sense it becoming stronger. Its physique is equivalent to an ordinary level 5 Undying God King. Wang Xian sensed and frowned slightly. Ho ho! At this moment, the water dragon head in the center let out a roar and opened its eyes. Ding! Dragon Palace added a new dragon species. Which dragon species? Congratulations, host. At this time, the system's voice suddenly rang, shocking Wang Xian. Added a new dragon species. Which dragon? Which dragon, weak physique, has low grade 9 elemental powers, unable to fight beyond its level. Wang Xian looked at the introduction of which dragon, and his face turned black. Which dragon, weak physique, low grade 9 elemental powers, unable to fight beyond its level. This must be the weakest dragon species in the Dragon Palace, right? Ha 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 ha. I Sky Array God Emperor have finally revived, ha ha. It's been 1,000,000 years, this old man has been in hibernation for 1,000,000 years. Witches, just you wait, I Sky Array God Emperor, just you wait, ha ha ha. At this moment, a crazed laughter rang out. Wang Xian looked over. The water dragon head in the center had turned into a human head, an old man with a long white beard and long white hair. He looked like an immortal. But looking at his body, it looked extremely ferocious. He had 2 strange arms and each arm had 4 dragon heads. Together with a dragon body and a dragon tail, he looked extremely strange. What? Sky Array God Emperor. Nevertheless, the words of Sky Array God Emperor caused Emperor Star Lady and Aunt Ying to reveal looks of disbelief. Sky Array God Emperor. What kind of existence was that? They knew very clearly. The Battle of Emperor's Fall had erupted in the Imperial Star region, with the Void God Emperor and the Heavenly Formation God Emperor fighting against 3 God Emperors and the entire Shaman Association. In that place, the sun and moon lost their light and the starry sky changed color. According to what they knew, the number of Undying God Kings that died numbered in the hundreds of thousands, and most of them were 5th order Undying God Kings and above. Because no matter how weak they were no different from cannon fodder. As he stood there, the entire starry sky trembled. In the end, it ended with the death of the Sky Array God Emperor and the heavy injuries of the Shaman Association. Even now, the Wizard Union had yet to recover to its peak. In that battle, tens of thousands of stars were destroyed. But now, this strange old man actually called himself Sky Array God Emperor. This sky formation, how did you create such a body? Seeing the Sky Array God Emperor laughing maniacally, Wang Xian could not help but interrupt. Dragon King. When the Sky Array God Emperor saw Wang Xian, his face was filled with respect. With a flash, he flew towards Wang Xian. Dragon King, this body is the perfect body for me. It has the ability to sense all kinds of attributes. With thousands of years of wisdom, I forged my body into a shaman weapon. Although I only have the strength of a 5th order Undying God King, I can feel that I'm extremely powerful. As long as I have enough resources, I'll be even stronger than before. The Sky Array God Emperor reported excitedly to Wang Xian. Forged your body into a shaman weapon? Wang Xian frowned slightly. This time, the Sky Array God Emperor had used up a terrifying amount of resources. There must be something special about it. What's the use? Wang Xian sized him up and asked. Dragon King, the strongest ability is to increase the power of my array formation, and increase the speed at which I release the array formation. Even though I'm only in the 5th order Immortal King realm, I can easily kill a 7th order Immortal King realm expert. And that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that I feel that I still have a huge upper limit. The more arrays I control, the higher the level I can reach. In the future, I can even fight 3 or 4 ranks above me and become a true shaman. The Sky Array God Emperor said excitedly. Is that so? Wang Xian's eyes lit up. You're really the Sky Array God Emperor, the Sky Array God Emperor whose name shook the 8 desolates. At this time, Emperor Star Maiden walked over and asked in disbelief. That's me. I've fallen for millions of years, but there's still someone who remembers my name. The Sky Array God Emperor said to Emperor Star Maiden with a smile. This is unbelievable. Emperor Star Maiden's eyes widened, while Ant Ying's body trembled slightly. This was a legendary figure. And now he was right in front of them. He's indeed a God Emperor with great wisdom to forge such a body, allowing the Dragon Palace to give birth to a dragon with such potential. Wang Xian sighed in his heart. Alright Sky Array, since you've reforged your body, it's time to get down to business. Wang Xian said to the Sky Array God Emperor with a smile. Yes, Dragon King. Sky Array nodded. He had been following beside Wang Xian, so he naturally knew the plan. Wang. With a shift of his body, he transformed into a sage-like old man and landed beside Wang Xian respectfully. Dragon King, should we build a commercial planet next? Sky Array asked with a smile. Yes, the most important thing to build a commercial planet is defense and safety. Of course, it's best to design the entire planet. Can you handle this? Wang Xian asked him directly. Dragon King, this is a small matter. Leave it to me, hee. The Sky Array God Emperor said confidently. A void God Emperor who had lived for millions of years and fallen for millions of years, the things he could control were definitely not what Wang Xian could imagine. Alright, prepare a plan immediately. The faster we build the commercial planet, the better. Wang Xian instructed him immediately. Yes. Tianzhen bowed and immediately flew into the distance. The Dragon Palace would automatically assign a dragon cave to him for his advancement. Wang Xian, he's really the Sky Array God Emperor who fell millions of years ago? Seeing that the Sky Array God Emperor had left, Emperor Star Maiden came to Wang Xian and asked again. How many times have you asked? Wang Xian looked at her speechlessly. He patted her shoulder and said, Follow me and you'll have a good life in the future. After saying that, he couldn't help but laugh. Chapter 2545. Dragon King, I'm ready for the plan to build a commercial planet. Half a month later, Tianzhen came to the Dragon Palace with a beaming face and spoke to Wang Xian respectfully. Oh, are you ready? Wang Xian stood up immediately and walked over with a joyful expression. Dragon King, please take a look. Tianzhen waved his arm and a planet appeared in front of him. Dragon King, this is the commercial planet that we want to build. I can cover it with a huge array. Maintaining the array will require a large amount of divine stones. In order to prevent the depletion of divine stones, I'll sacrifice 9 life planets to maintain this commercial planet. 9 life planets will be used as energy and 9 stars will revolve around the planet to set up the Skylock Grand Array. Skylock Grand Array, with my current strength, I can seal 27th Order Undying God Kings. As long as the Skylock Grand Array is activated, all 7th Order Undying God Kings and below will be trapped inside. Apart from that, in order to prevent any experts from causing trouble or killing, the Skylock Grand Array will be activated the moment any signs of life disappear. Tianzhen spoke to Wang Xian with fervor and assurance. As he was once a God Emperor, he had considered all aspects of safety. He had set up all kinds of formations one after another. Other than the sealing array, there were also offensive arrays, illusion arrays, trapping arrays, and many more. This array was different from the array used in battle. It required divine stones to maintain, and once activated, it would consume a large amount of divine stones. However, its power and area of coverage were equally terrifying. Dragon King, in terms of safety, I can guarantee that unless an 8th Order Undying God King tries to destroy it, there will be no problem. Other than safety, I've also built an array that can attract countless people, the Cultivation Array. In the Cultivation Array, through the consumption of divine stones, one can produce energy comparable to a 6th Order Undying God King's God Kingdom, and I've divided it into 9 types. In other words, even an Undying God King would have a faster cultivation speed in the Cultivation Array than in his own God Kingdom. Of course, this cultivation requires a large amount of divine stones. They have to pay a certain amount of divine stones to enter the Cultivation Array, and we can take half of the divine stones used. Tianzhen smiled as he spoke. Cultivation Array. Wang Xian was slightly moved. In other words, as long as an eternal God Lord has enough divine stones, he can enjoy the rich energy cultivation environment of a level 6 or 7 immortal kingdom. Yes, Dragon King, but it requires a lot of God stones. However, this training field is a fatal threat to many people. Tianzhen smiled and said, Indeed. How many people can the training field support? Wang Xian asked. 10 million people. The Heavenly Formation replied. 10 million people. If they pay a certain amount of godstones to enter, that's a terrifying amount of resources. Also, they have to use their own godstones to cultivate. If you take half of them, that's another terrifying amount of income. Wang Xian's eyes were burning with passion. If the cultivation room was full, wouldn't he earn billions of divine stones a day? A level 1 Undying God King battle pet was worth about 1,000,000,000 godly stones. 1,000,000,000 god stones was enough to allow Dragon Palace to produce 10 Undying God Kings. Wang Xian gasped. This was even more profitable than capturing battle pets. Of course, Dragon King. There's a flaw, and I have to be there to maintain it all the time. At this time, the Sky Array God Emperor added. Wang Xian nodded slightly. Although the income was terrifying, it required a powerful array master like Tianzhen to maintain it. The cultivation array set up by Tianzhen could only be set up by an Emperor God of the Witches Association in the entire starry sky. This was equivalent to an Emperor God sitting there and using the cultivation array to earn money. Dragon King, the cultivation array is a very important place. Next up is the commercial center. Tianzhen waved the simulated planet in front of him as Wang Xian nodded his head in satisfaction. After discussing for half an hour, Wang Xian was impeccable with Tianzhen's plan. First, we need 10 habitable planets. 9 of them must be uninhabited for sacrificial purposes. These 10 planets should be easy for the chaotic tiger demon nation. Wang Xian murmured and immediately sent a message to the Sky Demon Nation. Let's start building a commercial planet. The chaotic tiger demon nation agreed quickly. 10 habitable planets were a piece of cake for them. This attack on the Demon Slayer sect had already occupied a few hundred habitable planets. Next, I have to confirm the location of the commercial planet. Wang Xian turned on the AI and looked at the star chart of the South Star system. If that's the case, let's do it here. Soon, Wang Xian confirmed that the location of the commercial planet was not far away from Xinghua planet. This location was also not far from the chaotic tiger demon nation's planet. Moreover, the rise of this commercial planet would definitely cause the decline of other commercial planets. Wang Xian would first find the easiest target to bully. Once they come and create trouble, I'll give them a surprise. Wang Xian's lips curved slightly. Wang Xian was even sure that Xinghua planet would come and create trouble. At that time he would have a good reason to attack. Tianzhen, let's make a trip to the chaotic tiger demon nation first. Wang Xian said to Tianzhen and immediately rushed to the chaotic tiger demon nation. When the planet is confirmed, the first thing to do is to build a dragon palace there. This will save a lot of time. Wang Xian murmured. After traveling for more than 10 hours, Wang Xian arrived at the chaotic tiger demon nation and flew straight to the demon god palace. King of the chaotic tiger demon nation, how's the preparation of the planet? Wang Xian entered the main hall and asked with a smile. Dragon King, it's ready. The experts from our chaotic tiger demon nation are moving the planet and will be here soon. The king of the chaotic tiger demon nation went up to Wang Xian and asked, Dragon King, are you confident? I won't do things that I'm not confident in. Place the commercial planet not far away from Xinghua planet. Wang Xian said to him confidently. Sure. The king of the chaotic tiger demon nation nodded. With the current strength of the chaotic tiger demon nation, he was not afraid of anyone other than the four forces. With a 7th level immortal king realm expert in charge, no one would dare to offend them. King, the planet has been moved to the space not far away. Soon, a soldier came in to report. Alright, Dragon King. I'll leave the rest to you. The king of the chaotic tiger demon nation nodded and looked to Wang Xian. Leave the rest to us. Wang Xian chuckled. With a jerk of his body, he immediately flew towards the void. After flying for more than an hour, they saw 9 planets floating in the space. Tianzhen, let's start your performance. Wang Xian looked at Tianzhen and said with a smile. Rest assured, Dragon King. Leave the rest to me. Tianzhen nodded his head solemnly. His body moved and he flew directly towards the 10 planets. Wang Xian entered the ocean of one of the planets and started building the dragon palace there. Chapter 2546. Rumble, rumble, rumble. In the void, deafening sounds reverberated. Heaven Array floated in the void as boundless energy emanated from his body. He stood on the central planet, and the surrounding 9 planets were easily moved by him like puppets. Visible laws connected the 9 planets in a straight line. From afar it was a shocking sight. Controlling 9 planets with the strength of a single person. This is? In the void, Country Lord Tiger Luan and the others who were following behind after hearing the news were shocked when they saw this scene. That figure. His strength. The leader of Tiger Luan and the Grand Preceptor narrowed their eyes as they looked at Heaven Array standing on one of the planets. Their faces were filled with shock. So strong. This strength isn't any weaker than Grandpa. Sky Demon Grand Preceptor's expression changed as he looked at the majestic figure in shock. He's much stronger than us. Also, he's an array master, a very powerful array master. At this moment, the old Grand Preceptor appeared beside them as he looked ahead with flickering eyes. What? He's even stronger than you, old Grand Preceptor. How can there be such a terrifying existence in the Dragon Palace? The leader of Tiger Luan's jaw dropped as he found it unbelievable. Dragon Palace, this is unbelievable. The old Grand Preceptor murmured. Oh. At this moment, the void trembled. In the sky, 9 planets revolved around a planet in the middle. Boundless energy was channeled from these 9 planets towards the central planet. It's extracting the energy from the surrounding 9 planets and channeling it into the central planet. What kind of array is this? So terrifying. The old Grand Preceptor widened his eyes in shock. Even though he had advanced to the 7th Order Immortal King realm, he was still shocked by the scene before him. 5 hours later, the Skylock Grand Formation was completed. With a flash of his body, he stepped onto the central planet and began to transform the world. For half a month, Heaven Array was transforming the entire planet. Buildings were uprooted from the ground. Among them, the most important training ground took close to 10 days to complete. Subsequently, Wang Xian joined in to transform the planet. Half a month later, a brand new planet appeared. Wang Xian floated in the void and looked down with a smile. The planet was in the style of fantasy and there were no metal buildings. However, due to the existence of various special arrays, the planet was filled with fantasy. Boom. At this moment, the surrounding 9 planets trembled, and the beams of nomological light slowly disappeared. Very good. Wang Xian was satisfied as he nodded his head slightly. Dragon King, these 9 vital planets can only last for another 50 years before they wither. When that time comes, we'll need to change planets. Heavenly Formation flew over with a satisfied look on his face. It's enough. Wang Xian nodded his head. Dragon King this is? At this moment, the Tiger Luan Country King and the old State Preceptor flew over and looked at the sky array with fear and respect. Dragon Witch, a member of Dragon Palace. Wang Xian looked at the heavenly array and said. Heavenly Formation cupped his fists at them. I never expected the Dragon Palace to have such an expert. The old State Preceptor cupped his hands towards the sky array and sighed slightly. Now that the planet has been built, prepare to open for business. Also, if your Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom has any special and valuable items, bring them all to the planet to sell, said Wang Xian to the old nation advisor and the rest. Alright, we will prepare. The old State Preceptor nodded. Let's find a place to discuss the business planet. Wang Xian said to them with a smile. Although the business planet was covered with arrays, it still required law enforcement and deterrence. Moreover, to manage a planet, many talents and staff were needed. Everything would be handled by the Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom. The other issue was the division. After a round of discussion, the Dragon Palace would be the sole owner of the training grounds, while the rest would be divided 60-40. The Dragon Palace would get 60%, while the Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom would get 40%. This was given by Wang Xian. To him, 40% of the Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom was already quite a lot. After all, the entire array was the most important thing to the business planet. Prepare the staff as soon as possible. We will decide the opening time. Set up the teleportation array now. Wang Xian said to the higher management of the Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom. Rest assured, Dragon King. Leave this to us. The Tiger Luan Country King, Old State Preceptor and the rest nodded their heads immediately. Alright, I'll head back first. Wang Xian chuckled. With a swift move, he flew towards the Dragon Star. Dragon Star was the business planet that they had built. After entering the ocean of Dragon Star, Wang Xian was immediately teleported to the Dragon Palace in Tianzi continent. Prime Minister Turtle, how many dire beasts have roving heavens and the rest captured during this period? Wang Xian immediately came to the Dragon King Hall and asked Prime Minister Turtle. Dragon Palace. In 2 months they have captured 500,000 Eternal God Master dire beasts, more than 150 Immortal God King dire beasts, more than 24th Order Immortal God King dire beasts, and 1/5 Order Immortal God King dire beast. Prime Minister Turtle reported with a smile. With the space-locking array, there was no longer a need to use bait like in the past. As long as they found a dire beast, they could immediately seal the surrounding space to prevent it from escaping. This time, the Dragon Palace had mobilized the Firehammer clan, Roving Heavens and the rest of the Berserk Dragons, and the mysterious Demon clan. More than 100,000 members worked together and spent more than 2 months to capture such a god-king dire beast in the Lorman Beast Garden. This was a terrifying amount of income. Bring them over immediately. Let me tame some of them first. With so many battle pets, Wang Xian would need at least a few months to tame all of them. However, Wang Xian did not intend to sell them all at once. One reason for selling the battle pets was to exchange for resources, and another was to increase the popularity of the business planet. He was prepared to sell some battle pets and set a fixed number of them every day to attract more people to Dragon Star. Handsome Wang Xian, how's the business planet? Do you need my help? At this time, Emperor Star Princess ran over and asked him eagerly. Yes, of course you need our superstar's help. When the time comes, you and Yinshen can hold a concert. Wang Xian immediately smiled and nodded his head. Don't worry, leave this small matter to me. I'll definitely do it beautifully. Emperor Star Princess lifted her head and patted her chest. Good girl? Wang Xian could not help but take a few glances and said with a smile. Hee, of course I'm going to hug the thigh of the Dragon King in the future. Emperor Star Princess said without a hint of anger. If it were in the past, she would have rolled her eyes at him. She had no choice. Ever since she knew that the Sky Array God Emperor had joined the Dragon Palace and become the subordinate of the Dragon King, she had been prepared. Hug the thigh of Wang Xian. All right. I'm going to get busy. You can discuss the concert with Yinshen and the rest. Wang Xian said with a smile. Chapter 2547. There's one thing that made everyone rush over today. Just as Wang Xian was taming the wild beasts in the Dragon Palace, in the battleship located in the void crevice above Xinghua planet, the experts from the Jianghu group, Black Forest group and 3 Seas sect had gathered together. The old man leading the Jianghu group looked around and spoke plainly. What's the matter that requires all of us to gather here? The sect leader of 3 Seas sect sat at the front and asked with a dark expression. The heavy losses suffered by the 3 Seas sect a few months ago had put a lot of pressure on him recently. Because of his decision, almost half of the elite disciples and experts of the 3 Seas sect had been annihilated. Many experts were already dissatisfied with him. If not for his and his father's strength, the 3 Seas sect would have changed their sect leader. Even so, he was in a bad mood. All he wanted now was revenge. However, the Dragon Palace was located in such a remote place and was so strong. How was he going to take revenge? It's not a big deal, but it's not a small one either. We haven't confirmed it yet. The old man from the Jianghu group looked at him and waved his arm. An image appeared in front of him. 500 light-years away from our Xinghua planet, which is 5 to 6 hours away from a 5th-order Immortal King Realm expert, 10 planets suddenly appeared. 9 planets are guarding one of them. Many heavenly demons from the chaotic Tiger Demon country have appeared on that planet. It's very close to our Xinghua planet, but we don't know what they're doing. The old man pointed to the image in front of him and said plainly. Why would the chaotic Tiger Demon country place a planet there? An old man from the Black Forest group frowned and asked. We don't know yet. We need to send someone to check it out with the identity of the Xinghua planet. The old man from the Jianghu group said. We're so far away. What could possibly happen? You guys can decide on this. Our 3 Seas sect agrees. The sect leader of 3 Seas sect swept a glance and left impatiently. The old man from the Jianghu group and the old man from the Black Forest looked at him with displeasure. Let's send someone over. The old man from the Jianghu group stood up and said. All right. The other old man nodded in agreement. We can start building momentum now. The Dragon City commercial planet will open its doors in 1.5 months. At that time, the Star Goddess and Yinshen Goddess will hold a concert that will attract millions of people. The concert will last for 2 hours. After the concert, Dragon Palace will hold a Dragon Palace Battle Pet sale. There will be more than 100 Undying God King Battle Pets and 500,000 Eternal God Lord Battle Pets. Half will be sold on the first day, and from then on 1/30 will be sold every day. At the same time, in the Ocean Dragon Palace on the Dragon Planet, Guan Shuqing and the other girls, Prime Minister Turtle, the Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom's Grand Preceptor, and the rest of the higher-ups were sitting around the Dragon King Palace, discussing. Our Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom may not be able to bring out so many good things, but we will bring out all our specialties to attract more people. Tiger Luan country ruler and the others were shaken as they spoke from the side. Yes, King Hu Luan. You still have quite a bit of influence in the South Star system. You should start recruiting immediately and see if there are any forces willing to move into Dragon Planet. Prime Minister Turtle said to them. Alright, we'll do our best in this half a month. Tiger Luan and the others nodded heavily. Now that the Dragon Palace was in charge of everything on Dragon Planet, they would not have any objections. With that terrifying training ground on Dragon Planet, they could predict that Dragon Planet would be 100% popular. It would become the most popular commercial planet in the South Star system. Let's advertise it on the artificial intelligence first. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. Bus. At this moment, the artificial intelligence of Tiger Luan country ruler trembled. He immediately opened it. The representative from Xinghua planet is here to visit us. Tiger Luan country ruler raised his eyebrows slightly and said. Then let's tell them directly that we want to build a commercial planet. Prime Minister Turtle squinted his eyes and said with a smile. Ah, good. As long as Dragon Planet rises, the days of Xinghua planet will be tough. Tiger Luan country ruler nodded with a smile and immediately sent out a message. At the same time, above the planet, the experts from the Jianhua group in the Black Forest were observing the 10 planets around them with glistening eyes. Everyone, our king is busy at the moment. If you have anything, please speak up. Soon, a few heavenly demons from the Tiger Luan country flew over and spoke to the crowd. Hehe, we are curious about the sudden appearance of 10 planets here. Hence we came to pay a visit. An expert from the Jianhua group asked with a smile. Oh, we are building our own commercial planet? You should be able to see it on the artificial intelligence very soon. That heavenly demon replied with a smile. What? The words of the heavenly demons caused the expressions of the people from the Jianhua group and the Black Forest group to change slightly. Commercial planet? An expert asked again with a gloomy face. Everyone just wait for the news on the artificial intelligence. You should know about it very soon. The few heavenly demons immediately left after saying that. They were very clear about the relationship between the Dragon Palace and Xinghua planet. Moreover, after their commercial planet was built, it would also affect Xinghua planet the most. The Tiger Luan country wants to build their own commercial planet. I think they are too arrogant. Seeing the heavenly demons leaving, an old man couldn't help but growl in a low voice. That's right. Given the background of the Tiger Luan country, it's wishful thinking for them to build a commercial planet. We don't even need to do anything. The people from the Monster Slayer sect will not let this planet have peace. The few old men beside him nodded their heads. No matter what, let's report this matter to the higher-ups first. Everyone's expressions turned ugly. No matter what, the fact that the Tiger Luan country wanted to build a commercial planet had some impact on their Xinghua planet. But just as they were rushing back, the Dragon Planet's commercial planet had already started to spread on the internet. In a short half an hour, this news had spread all over the South Star Galaxy's artificial intelligence. 3 pieces of news had spread all over the internet. The One-Star Goddess and Yinshen Goddess had directly announced on the artificial intelligence that they would be holding a large-scale concert with over 100 million people, a free concert. The moment this news was announced, all the fans of the Star Goddess and Yinshen Goddess were in an uproar. The venue was the Dragon Planet. The second piece of news came from the Tiger Luan country. As the 5th faction with a 7th Order Immortal King Realm expert, the Tiger Luan country's influence was huge. The Tiger Luan country directly announced that they would work with the Dragon Palace to build a commercial planet, the Dragon Planet. The third piece of news came from the Dragon Palace. Ever since the Dragon Palace annihilated half of the 3 Seas sect's forces, they had become famous. And the Dragon Palace's news was that in a month and a half, they would be holding a battle pet sale on the Dragon Planet. At that time, there would be over 150 Immortal King battle pets, including 2 5th Order Immortal King battle pets. Secondly, there would be 500,000 Eternal Godlord battle pets. The moment these 3 pieces of news came out, everyone was shocked. Chapter 2548. The Chaotic Tiger Kingdom actually teamed up with Dragon Palace to build a 6th business planet. This is too shocking. Building a planet isn't hard, but they actually invited Star Goddess and Yinshen to hold a huge concert and it's free too. Are they that amazing? It seems like Dragon Palace's Dragon King and Star Goddess know each other. Dragon Palace's battle pet sale is also shocking, selling more than 150 Undying God King battle pets, 2 5th rank God Lords, and more than 500,000 Eternal God Lord battle pets. Are they crazy? Too crazy, more than 150 battle pets, and look at the price, it's much cheaper than here, even 10 to 20% cheaper than the Shaman Beast Pavilion. Crazy, more than 150 battle pets, fuck, can our South Star system have one Undying God King battle pet every 10 years? 3 pieces of news came out one after another, each more influential than the last. When everyone saw the news, their faces were filled with shock. Star Goddess and Yin Shen holding a free concert on Dragon Planet. Dragon Palace selling more than 100 Undying God King battle pets. These pieces of news caused many people and forces to become extremely excited. Undying God King battle pets, to have one appear every 10 years in the entire South Star system was already not bad. As for 5th rank Undying God King battle pets, that was one every 10,000 years, right? Battle pets of this level were hard to capture, and taming them was even harder. To tame a 5th rank Undying God King battle pet, what level of Master Beast Tamer would be able to do that? We have to go, fuck, this Dragon Planet is too crazy. It's not just crazy, it's heaven-defying. The Chaotic Tiger Kingdom and Dragon Palace even said that there will be more shocking things on Dragon Planet. Can it be more shocking than 150 Undying God King battle pets? There's still a month before the portal opens, I can't wait anymore. Some people were excited. Whether it was the Star Goddess concert or the battle pets, they both attracted the attention of many people and factions. Damn, they actually built a business planet, Star Goddess concert, more than 100 Undying God King battle pets. Inside the battleship in the void above Xinghua Planet, the experts of the 3 factions gathered once again. This time there were 300 to 400 Undying God Kings. They purposely placed the business planet not far from our planet. This is revenge. 3C sect, look what you've done. At this moment, the CEO of the Jianghu Corporation arrived personally. He glared at the sect leader of the 3C sect and roared furiously. The chairman of the Black Forest Group stared coldly at the people from 3C sect. Aha! What's the point of blaming our 3C sect now? The sect master of 3C sect said coldly. 3C sect, everything happened because of you. We will be able to enter the Dragon Planet in a month or so. You will handle this matter. In any case, we cannot have another commercial planet in this area. The chairman of the Black Forest Group said coldly. Don't worry, it's not that easy to build a commercial planet. Just the security aspect alone is not that easy to solve. The sect master of 3C's sect was filled with rage as he spoke in a sinister manner. Sect leader G, this business planet is an alliance between the Dragon Palace and the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom. We can't let them know that we're the culprits. Otherwise, we won't be able to bear the wrath of the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom. Jianghu Corporation CEO said with a sullen face. Don't worry, it's not just us who won't let them establish it. The Monster Slayer sect won't let them establish it either. The sect master of 3C sect said coldly. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, our Xinghua planet will be finished. Black Forest Group CEO said solemnly. We don't wish for anything to go wrong again. Jianghu Corporation CEO said coldly and left immediately after. The Black Forest Group followed closely behind. Bam! Just as everyone left, the sect master of 3C sect slammed the table heavily as a terrifying killing intent surged from his body. Dragon Palace, Dragon King, just you wait. Go to Black Cloud Planet immediately and issue a bounty. In a month or so, every person you kill in Dragon City will be rewarded with 100,000 God Stones. The sect master of 3C's sect roared in a low voice, his face filled with rage. Sect master, Black Cloud Planet might not dare to accept this mission. The Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom has a 7th Order God King Immortal King Realm expert. An old man said in a low voice. Then we'll hire a few factions from Black Cloud Planet. In any case, I don't wish for Dragon Planet to exist for even a day. The sect master of 3C's sect clenched his fists and said coldly. Yes. A few elders of 3C's sect beside him replied. Black Cloud Planet was a shelter for the sinners of the Southern Star System. The people there were all wanted criminals from various planets. Many factions on Black Cloud Planet had banded together to form a powerful faction. If there was no need, no faction would be willing to offend them. The Tiger Chaos Demonic Nation wants to build a commercial planet? You've killed so many people from our Monster Slayer sect. The Chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom, you won't have a day of peace in the future. On a planet in the territory of the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect, a dozen or so old men were gathered together. As they looked at the news in front of them, their eyes were filled with violent auras. Send a dozen or so Undying God Kings to infiltrate and turn that place into hell. The Monster Slayer sect's old ancestor closed his eyes, and his tone was bone-chilling. Purgatory Field, hee hee, let their business planet become a joke. The rest of the group roared in unison. The Dragon Palace actually cooperated with the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom to build a commercial planet? Is it because we didn't allow it to enter? Perhaps they could actually obtain more than 150 Undying God King battle pets. It really is shocking. There is also the Star Goddess support. Perhaps this business planet of theirs has a high chance of rising up. On a distant planet, 5 to 6 old men sat on a peak of the Heavenly Mountain Sword sect, drinking tea and chatting. If they really rise, it will be a shock to us. If we had known that the Dragon Palace had so many war pets, An old man frowned slightly. Things have already happened, we don't have to worry about it. That Dragon Palace and the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom both have enemies, they won't let them rise up so easily. A white-haired old man in the middle interrupted and shook his head. That's true, there have been many geniuses in the past millions of years, but only a few of them were left in history, hee hee. An old man laughed and said, "Come old Chin, let's play a game of chess." At this moment, all the major factions in the Southern Star System were discussing the cooperation of the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom and the Dragon Palace to build a commercial planet. Some factions were serious, some were embarrassed, and some didn't take it too seriously. Time passed slowly, the official opening of the Dragon Planet was getting closer and closer, and more topics were being discussed. The countdown to the official birth of the Dragon Planet began. Chapter 2549, Dragon King, everything is ready. Now all we need to do is wait for the teleportation to start in 2 days. Prime Minister Turtle reported with a smile from the underwater Dragon Palace on Dragon Planet. Wang Xian stood in front of a group of wild beasts and paused for a moment. "Are there any problems?" he asked. "Everything is going surprisingly well. There are no problems. However, I feel that Xinghua Planet will definitely take action. Also, the Monster Slayer sect in the Tiger Demon Country have a deep grudge. I don't think they will let our business planet rise so smoothly," Prime Minister Turtle said. "What about the Heavenly Formation?" Wang Xian asked Prime Minister Turtle. "The Heavenly Formation is ready. He said there will be no problems. As long as someone makes a move, they will not be able to escape," Prime Minister Turtle said. "Alright, you guys handle these matters. I'll tame these wild beasts first," Wang Xian said. The next night, Wang Xian finally tamed more than half of the wild beasts. He stretched and returned to the Dragon King Hall. Dragon King. At this moment, Prime Minister Turtle, Heavenly Formation, and a group of girls gathered in the Dragon King Hall. There were also many experts from the Tiger Demon Country around them. Wang Xian nodded and went to the Dragon Throne. The experts from the Tiger Demon Country looked at him and did not have any objections. After all, there was someone stronger than them in the Dragon Palace who bowed to the Dragon King. "The preparations are almost done. Is there any problem with the Tiger Demon Country?" Wang Xian looked at the Tiger Demon Country and asked. "Don't worry, Dragon King. We have recruited many businessmen and organizations to move to Dragon Planet. When they felt the power of Dragon Planet, they even wanted to move their headquarters here," the Tiger Demon Country's king said happily. Dragon Planet was not only heaven-defying, but the spiritual energy was also about 10 times more than other planets. This was comparable to some blessed lands. However, everything about Dragon Planet was kept secret. No one knew about it yet. The most important thing tomorrow is safety. There might be Immortal God King experts. Everyone must be careful. There will be a large-scale concert tomorrow morning. It will be crowded. What about safety?" Wang Xian said and looked at Heavenly Formation. "Everyone will be given a spirit tablet when they enter tomorrow. Rest assured, Dragon King," Tianzhen said confidently. "Alright, let's celebrate the glory of tomorrow's Dragon Planet." Wang Xian chuckled and spoke to everyone. Everyone celebrated for a while and the night passed quickly. The next morning, Wang Xian led the members of the Dragon Palace and the experts of the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom to a room near the teleportation array. "Dragon King, there's only 1 minute left. The teleportation portal will be activated. The Star Goddess and Dragon Queen's concert will be held in an hour." Prime Minister Turtle looked at the time and reported to Wang Xian. Wang Xian nodded his head and waited with a smile. "Dragon King, according to the information we received, there are at least 1 billion people queuing up on dozens of planets in the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom, waiting for the activation of the spell formation," the monarch of the chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom said excitedly. "The formation is about to open. The Heaven Demon Imperial Tutor said in a low voice. Buzz buzz buzz. In the next moment, many figures appeared on the teleportation portal of the Dragon Star. Wow, such rich spiritual chi, the spiritual chi here is so abundant. This teleportation portal is so majestic. It's not crowded even with hundreds of millions of people here. This isn't a technological planet. Look at the magical surroundings. This is a spell formation. In an instant, many figures walked out of the spell formation, and some of them were discussing in awe. Some of them were even doing a live broadcast through the AI. Wang Xian stood on a high vantage point, looking down at the densely packed figures that appeared. At the same time, the Yin-Yang Five Elements dragon eyes scanned ahead. Tianjin, can the undying god kings that entered sense it? Wang Xian asked the Tianjin beside him. Dragon King, no matter how they hide, they can't escape the detection of my spell formation. All the undying god kings have been locked on. There are people monitoring their every move on the 9 planets above. Tianjin replied. Focus on that person, the fat old man. There's also that seemingly ordinary woman in white clothes. Wang Xian scanned with the Yin-Yang Five Elements dragon eyes. With the heart of light and darkness, he could sense the good and bad of some people. This good and bad came from the evil and kindness in their hearts. Wang Xian asked the Tianjin to focus on these few people. Yes, Dragon King. The Tianjin nodded. At this moment, on the 9 planets around Dragon Star, the members of Dragon Palace were in an underground space inside the planets. There was a huge screen in front of them, and it showed everything that was happening on Dragon Planet. There were a few key locations that were locked onto individual figures, and they were all undying god kings. Since Dragon Star had just opened, they had to make sure that nothing went wrong. The spiritual chi in Dragon Star is so dense, about 10 times that of the other 5 commercial planets. That's right, just this alone is far better than the other commercial planets. Looks like the chaotic Tiger Demon Country and Dragon Palace have put in a lot of effort. The concert will start in less than an hour. After the concert, it will be the War Pet Sale. Let's hurry to the concert venue. Countless people entered Dragon Star, and were shocked by the spiritual chi. Then they walked towards the venue of the concert. The concert of Goddess Star and Goddess Yinshen had attracted many people. I didn't expect this Dragon Star to have some tricks up its sleeve. A concert with over 100 million people. I want to see who would dare to come to Dragon Star if 100 million people died here. Let's do it together and leave immediately after. Following the tens of thousands of people, a dozen figures followed the crowd and headed towards the concert venue. They looked at each other and transmitted their voices. But what they didn't know was that on the surrounding 9 planets in an underground hall, their voices could be heard clearly. 12 people have been found, and 3 of them are confirmed. A Dragon Palace official's eyes lit up. At Wang Xian's position, Tianjin's arm shook. Dragon King, 12 people have been found, and all of them are undying god kings. 3 of them have been confirmed. The corner of Tianjin's mouth curved slightly, and 12 figures appeared around him as he spoke to Wang Xian. Old Marshal, King of the chaotic Tiger Demon Country, the moment they make their move, the array will seal them. I'll leave the rest to you. Wang Xian looked at the 12 figures in front of him, and said to the people from the chaotic Tiger Demon Country. This, sir, is really impressive. Leave the capture to us. The experts from the chaotic Tiger Demon Country were slightly shocked, and looked at Tianjin in awe as they nodded their heads. Chapter 2550, the concert is about to start. Let's go. Wow, there are so many people here. This sports square of Dragon Star is not bad. It's filled with a fantastical feeling. So cool. From the looks of it, Dragon Planet is not any worse than the other 5 commercial planets. In fact, it is several levels higher. Countless people rushed into the concert. The concert is full. We can bring you to other places on the Dragon Planet to have a look. In less than 10 minutes, the concert venue was packed with over 100 million people. The staff of the chaotic Tiger Demonic Kingdom led the rest of the people to explore other places on Dragon Planet. Dragon King, more than 1 billion people have entered in the past 10 minutes. Moreover, we have seen many powerful forces arriving. It is estimated that the daily flow of people will reach tens of billions. The people of the Tiger Chaos Demonic Kingdom exclaimed excitedly. If these billions of people could spend money here, they would obtain a terrifying amount of resources. The reason why the 4 major forces could be so powerful was largely related to the commercial planets they owned. The business planet was a cash cow. This is just the beginning. Once the training grounds are opened, more people will come. Wang Xian revealed a faint smile. The training grounds of the heavenly formation were extremely powerful, and had a fatal attraction for cultivators. The concert is about to start, let's go. After chatting for a while, it was almost time for the concert. At this moment the concert venue was packed with people. They were all sitting in their seats, waiting for Goddess Star and Goddess Yinxian to start. Ever since Tang Yinxian performed on stage, she had gained quite a number of fans. Although she was not as famous as the Star Goddess, she still had some fame. Hello everyone, welcome to Mai and Yinxuan's concert. The Emperor Star Maiden and Tang Yinxian appeared on time. Cheers rang out. More than 100 million people, what a huge number this was. As far as the eye could see, it was densely packed with people. Let's start now. Let's wait a little longer. The Star Goddess's voice is very beautiful. Let her voice accompany us as we kill, hee. This time the chaotic tiger demon kingdom will pay a heavy price. An incomparably relaxed voice rang out. The dozen or so people scanned their surroundings. Seeing that Zhang Xian was completely unguarded, their faces were filled with mockery. The heavenly demons of the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom are a bunch of idiots. The Dragon Palace is the same. They thought to themselves, not concealing the ridicule in their eyes. At this moment the singing started. The dozen of them looked at each other. Ah, die. Die for the sake of this trash planet. Jia, such a trashy planet wants to become a commercial planet. As the song echoed in everyone's ears, a voice suddenly rang out. Even the voices of the Emperor Star Maiden and the others were drowned out. In the concert everyone was slightly shocked. Ha, die. Immediately after, everyone felt an incomparably terrifying pressure coming towards them. The threat of death instantly enveloped their hearts. Everyone was slightly startled, and their faces were filled with astonishment. An undying God King is attacking. In the concert someone shouted in horror. Sensing this unbridled aura, it was obvious that the other party wanted to carry out a massacre. Let's go as well. At this time, another group of people hidden in the concert saw the situation and immediately transmitted their voices. In an instant, a terrifying murderous aura burst forth from them. They've started. Haha, this place will soon become a purgatory. Didn't expect this, truly didn't expect this. Not only did we send people but also a dozen undying god kings. Dragon Planet, let's see how you'll become a commercial planet with so many dead. Who would dare to go there? This concert was being broadcasted by the AI. At this moment, somewhere in the rank 9 Heaven Sect's territory, the three major factions of Xinghua Planet saw this scene and couldn't help but reveal a sinister smile. This time, Dragon Planet had completely fallen. Heading towards destruction right after opening, hee. The corners of everyone's lips curled up, their eyes flashing. However, in the next moment, a terrifying beam of light descended from the sky. The beam of laws instantly trapped the undying god kings. Ha, a bunch of rascals, daring to come to our dragon planet to cause trouble. Truly reckless. At this time, the voice of the chaotic tiger demon country's old king rang out, entering everyone's ears. Everyone was shocked. What is this? At this time, the dozen undying god kings from the Monster Slayer sect felt the beam of light binding them and revealed a shocked expression. The beam of law that shone from the 9 distant planets in the sky directly trapped him within. Damn it, break for me. When they heard the old Imperial Preceptor's voice and saw the experts from the chaotic tiger demon country flying over, their faces were filled with anxiety. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Waves of terrifying energy attacked the beam of laws. However, the beam of laws didn't move at all. Trying to escape? Since you're here, you still want to escape? Is that even possible? Rumble, rumble, rumble. The next moment, the old Imperial Preceptor led all the top experts of the chaotic tiger demon country over and locked onto them coldly. Oh no, run back to our undying god nation. Seeing their arrival, the Monster Slayer sect and a faction from the Black Cloud planet changed their expressions and immediately wanted to escape. However, they soon discovered to their horror that they couldn't even contact their own god nations. This caused them to widen their eyes in shock and despair. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. At this time, the old Imperial Preceptor directly reached out and grabbed the neck of one of them. His eyes were filled with coldness. The rest of the experts also made their moves and captured him, staring at the people from the Monster Slayer sect and the Black Cloud planet with murderous intent. Apologies, Star Goddess. We've disturbed your concert. We're dealing with some small fries. Please continue. The ruler of the chaotic tiger demon country looked at the stage and smiled at the Emperor Star Maiden. After that, they captured the group and left. It's fine. Don't panic, everyone. On Dragon Planet, the Dragon Palace and the chaotic Tiger Demon Country can protect your safety. Look, those 20-odd Undying God Kings were captured so easily. They didn't even manage to escape. The Emperor Star Maiden stood on the stage and smiled at everyone. Damn, I almost pissed my pants just now. Those 20-odd Undying God Kings. Looks like they want to slaughter and make Dragon Planet suffer. That should be the case. What were those beams of light just now? They seem to have descended from the 9 planets. That's too powerful. They trapped 20-odd Undying God Kings directly. Luckily, the chaotic Tiger Demon Country and the Dragon Palace were prepared. Otherwise, I would be dead. As the Emperor Star Maiden's voice faded, the group of people who were still pale from shock started discussing. Chapter 2551. More than 20 Undying God Kings appeared out of nowhere, wanting to slaughter them all. Suddenly, a beam of light descended from the sky and locked them in place. What happened in the concert stadium shocked hundreds of millions of people. Of course, what shocked them the most was Dragonstar's defense. More than 20 Undying God Kings were locked in place, and the 7th Order Immortal King Imperial Tutor from the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom flew over to capture them. This caused many of the Undying God Kings present to reveal a look of shock. More than 20 Undying God Kings couldn't even escape after being trapped. They were captured right away. What kind of power was that? That beam of light could even trap Undying God Kings. The scene just now not only shocked everyone in the stadium. Everyone watching the live broadcast was also filled with shock. Peng? Damn it, what is that thing to be able to trap Undying God Kings? We actually failed. In the skies above Xinghua Planet, the 3 factions gathered in their battleships. When they saw the scene on the live broadcast, they stood up with ugly expressions. They stared at the disappearing beam of light, their faces dark. The chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom and Dragon Palace were prepared. Jianhua Corporation CEO clenched his fist and said solemnly, "This time, not only did we fail to heavily injure Dragonstar, but it also increased their reputation." More than 20 Undying God Kings were locked in place at the same time. This is the best publicity for them. Black Forest CEO frowned. His expression was extremely ugly. The other group sent out was even stronger. There was a 5th Order Immortal King among them, but they were still trapped. An old man said in a deep voice with some fear, "Failure. The failure of this attack would instead cause Longxing's reputation to soar. Dragonstar had already proven that it had the qualifications to become a business planet. With the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom there, we can't do it openly, it's going to be troublesome." Everyone from the 3 factions sat there with gloomy expressions, thinking of a way out. What? How is that possible? Not good. Elderly and the rest were captured. What is that thing? How can it trap more than 10 of us? The chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom definitely doesn't have the power to do that. On a planet in the territory of the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect, the people from the Monster Slayer sect suddenly stood up, widened their eyes and exclaimed in shock. They had been enemies with the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire for millions of years. Even if the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire had a 7th Order Immortal King Realm expert, the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire did not have such power. One light pillar after another trapped more than 20 Undying God Kings. If the chaotic Tiger Demon Country was this strong, their monster-slaying sect would have been defeated long ago. It's that Dragon Palace. This terrifying confinement technique must be the work of that Dragon Palace. Everyone, we've investigated some information about the Dragon Palace. This technique definitely came from the Dragon Palace. Also, the terrifying array formation that the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom created last time was also from the Dragon Palace. An old man said with a trembling body, "Last time, the 5 formations that covered a terrifyingly large area had caused countless casualties in the monster-slaying sect. If it weren't for that formation, their Monster Slayer sect wouldn't have been defeated so quickly and so miserably. The entire army was almost wiped out. Damn Dragon Palace. We have no enmity with them. Why are they targeting us?" A female god king roared with a savage expression. "Ka. We didn't succeed this time." Elderly and the rest were captured too. In the future, the monster-slaying sect leader clenched his fists tightly. Terrifying killing intent spread towards the surroundings. Not only did they suffer great losses this time, they even helped the enemy. "Sect leader, there's still time. We have the rank 9 Heaven sect's protection. We have time to play with them. The Dragon Palace made us suffer great losses. Let's add the Dragon Palace as well." An old man roared with a menacing expression. The monster-slaying sect was annihilated. Countless disciples had died. They had to avenge this. They wanted the chaotic tiger demon country to pay a heavy price. This time they would add the dragon palace as well. Ah, great. As long as we're here, the chaotic tiger demon country and the dragon palace will never have peace. The monster-slaying sect leader roared ferociously. What happened at the concert had infuriated the few major forces. In the other commercial planets, when the various forces received the news from Dragonstar, they also frowned slightly, their faces were filled with surprise. Nobody expected the Dragon Palace and the chaotic tiger demon country to have such capability. Dragon King, we've caught them. On Dragonstar, a group of experts from the chaotic tiger demon country flew over and reported to Wang Xian. We know a few of them. They're from the monster-slaying sect. Tiske. How dare they try to sneak in and cause trouble? The king of the chaotic tiger demon country said coldly. Were you guys? Wang Xian looked at another group of people with a cold smile. I didn't expect us to fall here. Kill us if you want. An old man laughed miserably and said stubbornly. Wang Xian looked at the old man with a mocking expression. Soul capture. He moved his palm and landed it on the old man's head. In an instant, an incomparably tragic scream came from the old man's mouth. His eyes gradually turned dull. This is... When the other 20-odd people who were caught saw this, their eyes narrowed and they were flustered. The Skull Guild from Black Cloud Planet. What kind of force is that? Wang Xian raised his eyebrows and looked at the people from the chaotic tiger demon country in surprise. Black Cloud Planet? A dark planet where many wanted people and forces gather. I've heard of the Skull Guild before. It's a rather large force in Black Cloud Planet. They must have been hired by other forces. We have no feud with them, so they wouldn't offend us. The old master said. That's right. They were hired. They aren't too sure who hired them, but we can guess that it's from Xinghua Planet. Announce immediately that the ones who attacked us this time are from the monster-slaying sect and Xinghua Planet. Wang Xian squinted his eyes and said to the chaotic tiger demon country and Prime Minister Turtle. They were taken aback and looked at Wang Xian. Xinghua Planet isn't far from us. If they hired the forces from Black Cloud Planet to attack us, they don't need to exist anymore. As for the monster-slaying sect, demand an explanation from the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect. They are protecting our enemies, which means they are our enemies. Wang Xian's lips curved as he continued speaking to them. The people from the chaotic tiger demon country were taken aback. Dragon King, are we going to question the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect directly? The old master's eyes flickered as he asked in a low voice. With our alliance, do we still need to be afraid of the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect? If the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect continues to protect us, they will have to pay the price. Wang Xian smiled eerily. Chapter 2552. The Heavenly Array reformed his body, giving him the battle prowess of a 7th-order Undying God King. Coupled with the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom, Wang Xian was not afraid of the veteran top forces in the South Star Galaxy. Even though the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect and the Dragon Palace have no enmity, they are protecting the Monster Slayer Sect, which wants to wreak havoc on their planet. They had to give an explanation. They would either drive the Monster Slayer Sect out or pay a price. Dragon King, if you aren't afraid, then why should our chaotic tiger demonic kingdom be afraid? Moreover, the monster-slaying sect is mainly targeting us. The eyes of the old king of Tiger Demon Kingdom flickered as he spoke to Wang Xian. Send a notice immediately. Also use the heavenly array to imprison them. Don't let them escape. Hang them on Dragon Star as a warning. Wang Xian smiled and nodded his head as he spoke to the sky array. No problem. Tianjin nodded. With a wave of his arm, the array formations entered their bodies. Leave it to us. Tiger Luan Country Lord walked over, grabbing 20 Undying God Kings. His face was filled with coldness. All right. Tianjin nodded. Whoosh. The ruler of the Tiger Luan country moved and led the group of people towards the teleportation portal. Let's go to the battle pet store and get ready. Wang Xian took a look and flew down with a beaming face. So. I'll nail you here for the next few days. I'll let everyone know the consequences of causing trouble on Dragon Planet. Buzz. The ruler of the Tiger Luan country arrived in front of the teleportation array. Pillars rose one after another. He waved his arm and more than 20 figures were thrown onto the pillars. Then, the nails were hammered into their bodies one by one, pinning them to the surface. What's that? Hiss, that seems to be 20 Undying God King experts. They are actually pinned there. These are the Undying God Kings who wanted to massacre Dragonstar. I didn't expect Dragonstar to pin them there. These are Undying God Kings. At the teleportation formation, when everyone saw the rising pillar and the 20 Undying God Kings pinned on it, their faces were filled with shock. At this moment, more than 20 Undying God Kings felt such humiliation, they couldn't stop trembling. They were Undying God Kings, yet they had become prisoners for everyone to watch and mock. Look at the AI, the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom, Dragon Palace and Dragonstar have made a joint statement. At this moment a voice rang out. Everyone immediately turned on their AI. On the AI, the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom, the Dragon Palace, and the Dragonstar spoke in the same voice. Today Dragonstar is open. The 20 or so Undying God Kings that were preparing to slaughter at the concert have all been captured alive. They were sent by the Monster Slayer sect in Xinghua planet. Very soon we'll make you pay the price. Furthermore, the Monster Slayer sect is now under the protection of the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect. Rank 9 Heavenly Sect, please drive them out of your territory, otherwise you'll have to bear the consequences. A notice was sent directly to the brain. With Dragon Planet's current popularity, coupled with what had just happened, everyone was paying close attention to it. Seeing the statement issued by them, everyone's faces were filled with shock. I didn't expect that Xinghua Planet would also send people to Dragon Planet to cause trouble. Do they not want Dragon Planet to rise as a commercial planet? Xinghua Planet's 3C sect is in conflict with the Dragon Palace. Xinghua Planet definitely doesn't want the Dragon Planet to rise. Also, it's normal for the Monster Slayer sect to send people there to kill them. However, the Chaotic Tiger Demonic Nation and the Dragon Palace are really tough. They actually want the Grade 9 Heavenly Sect to give them an explanation. The Dragon Palace and the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom are really tough. They actually said that they would make them pay the price. Is this a provocation to the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect? The Grade 9 Heavenly Sect is one of the 4 strongest superpowers in our Southern Star Galaxy. They have more than 1 7th Order Immortal God King Realm expert. Are the Dragon Palace and Chaotic Tiger Demon Empire overconfident? When all the forces in the South Star Galaxy saw this message, they began to discuss it. They were very surprised by the strength of the Dragon Palace and the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom. However, none of them were very optimistic about their chances of provoking the Rank 9 Heavenly Sects. The 9th Grade Heavenly Sect was one of the 4 strongest superpowers in the Southern Star Galaxy, and they had a 7th Order Immortal King Realm expert. No one knew exactly how strong they were. However, it was definitely not something that the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom and the Dragon Palace could compare to. But they actually said that we sent people to massacre them? Do they have any proof? On the Xinghua planet not far away, the 3 superpowers gathered together. When they saw the message from the Dragon Palace and the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom, their faces turned ugly. Based on their strength, they were not a match for the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom. Even if the 3 of them joined forces, they would not be a match for a 7th Order Immortal God King Realm expert. Damn it, our 3C sect sent people to contact the Skull Society on the Black Cloud planet, but even they did not know that we hired them. How could they possibly know that it was our Xinghua planet that did it? That Dragon King is purposely saying that we sent people to cause trouble. When the Patriarch of the 3C sect saw the message, his body trembled in anger. They want us to pay the price? Pay what price? The faces of the experts from the 3 superpowers turned black. They knew that they were in deep trouble this time. The other party had the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom and a 7th Order Immortal God King Realm expert. If they really wanted to suppress them, they would not be able to resist. Immediately make a statement. Since the Dragon Palace and Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom said that it was our Xinghua planet that did it, then show us the evidence. Without evidence they can't slander us. Jianhua Corporation CEO roared. Yes. An expert at the side immediately nodded his head. They had to give an explanation for the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom's warning and threat. However, they would definitely not agree to hire the Skull Society on the Black Cloud planet to kill people. Sect leader, this is the statement that the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom and Dragon Palace made. The Demon Slayer sect sent people into Dragon Planet to start a massacre. They are now asking us to expel the Demon Slayer sect. At the same time, on a prosperous planet far away, a Grade 9 business planet that had been in existence for 40 to 50 million years had a deep foundation. Dozens of old men rushed to the ninth grade Heavenly sect leader's cultivation area and reported. Chem? They want us to expel the Demon Slayer sect? Is this really the work of the Demon Slayer sect? A middle-aged ninth grade Heavenly sect leader asked indifferently as he opened the artificial intelligence system to take a look. Yes, sect leader. The Demon Slayer sect has indeed made a move. Everyone nodded their heads. The juniors these days are so arrogant. Let's just say that we won't expel the Demon Slayer sect. We'll bear the consequences. The ninth grade Heavenly sect leader looked at the information on the artificial intelligence system with a sneer on his face. Then, sect leader, An old man hesitated for a moment and asked. Just a 7th order immortal god king realm expert and they think that they are on equal footing with us? What a joke. Alright, you guys handle this matter. The ninth grade Heavenly sect leader said indifferently as he waved his hand at the crowd. His words also expressed his attitude. Chapter 2553. Planet Xinghua will explain that they did not send anyone to Dragonstar to cause trouble. If Dragonstar says they did, please show us the evidence. Xinghua Planet seems to be giving in a little, directly explaining himself. Planet Xinghua doesn't have a 7th order immortal king realm expert. They are no match for the chaotic tiger demon country. When Yinchuan's concert was in full swing, Dragon Palace and the chaotic tiger demon country made a statement. Planet Xinghua quickly gave an explanation. When everyone saw this explanation they started discussing it. Everyone could see the current situation very clearly. Without a 7th order immortal king realm expert, the three forces were weaker than the Dragon Palace and the chaotic tiger demon country. They had to give an answer to the questions from the chaotic tiger demon country and the chaotic tiger demon country. I wonder if the rank 9 Heavenly sect will give an answer. The rank 9 Heavenly sect will probably ignore the chaotic tiger demon country and the Dragon Palace. After all, what can the chaotic tiger demon country do even if they don't respond? Planet Xinghua's response caused some to speculate about the situation at the rank 9 Heavenly sect. After all, the chaotic tiger demon country and the Dragon Palace had made a strong statement. Dragon King Planet Xinghua has responded. They want us to show us the evidence. At the Dragonstar Battle Pet store, the Imperial Master walked over and said, "What evidence? Just say that the members of the Skull Guild have admitted to it. After we open for business today, we will send people to destroy Planet Xinghua tomorrow." Wang Xian smirked and said coldly, "Destroy Planet Xinghua?" The pupils of the Heavenly Monster Imperial Tutor shrank slightly, then he nodded heavily. Once Planet Xinghua was destroyed, Dragonstar would be the only commercial planet in the area. Moreover, the experts of the Skull Guild were 100% hired by Planet Xinghua. Therefore they would have to pay a hefty price. Dragon King, the concert is over. All the members are coming to us under the guidance of the Star Goddess and Yin Xian. Prime Minister Turtle came over and reported. Alright, get ready to welcome the guests. Wang Xian nodded with a smile. Come, everyone, let's see what a paradise for battle pets is. Dragonstar just opened today. Dragon Palace will take out 250,000 Eternal God Lord Battle Pets and 75 Undying God King Battle Pets. If you want a partner to fight alongside you and a powerful and eye-catching mount, the Dragon Palace will definitely have a satisfying choice for you. The Emperor Star Maiden's voice rang out. Following which, over 100 million people surged over. Due to the limited space, only about 100 million people can enter. Eternal God Masters of level 5 and above can enter directly, and those with a certain number of God Stones can also enter directly. Those who aren't qualified can watch from the outside through the screen. At this moment, another voice sounded. More than 100 Undying God King Battle Pets, hundreds of thousands of Eternal God Lord Battle Pets. This was a huge attraction to everyone. It was fair to say that more people had come to the Dragon Planet for the Battle Pets than for the Astral Goddess and the others. One by one, the powerful forces forced their way in. In the past, a level 5 Undying God King Battle Pet might not even appear in tens of thousands of years. But now Dragonstar had 2 for sale. This caused many forces to be extremely tempted. Some of the strongest experts were only level 5 Undying God King. If they could buy a level 5 Undying God King Battle Pet, wouldn't their strength double? Wow, so many battle pets, there's simply too many. Look at the center, oh my god, look, it's filled with Undying God King Battle Pets. When everyone entered the market, they looked at the Undying God King Battle Pets and the hundreds of thousands of Eternal God Lord Battle Pets. Their faces were filled with shock. Just the combined strength of these battle pets is enough to kill a peak third-rate expert. Some of the forces swept over, their eyes blazing with excitement. Let's go buy that level 5 Undying God King battle pet. I want to buy a level 1 Undying God King battle pet. I wonder if there are any young battle pets for our sect's core disciples to buy. Some of the experts from the other clans looked around with a burning gaze as they walked towards the Undying God King desolate beasts. Wang Xian's eyes swept across the experts walking towards the Undying God King battle pets as he smiled. This time, the number of Undying God Kings that came to Dragon Star reached 2,000, and most of them were here for the battle pets. Dragon King, someone wants to buy that level 5 Undying God King battle pet. Not long after, Prime Minister Turtle walked over and reported to Wang Xian. Alright. Wang Xian's eyes shone brightly. Prime Minister Turtle, immediately send someone to buy medicinal pills, use all the divine stones from the sale of the battle pets to buy medicinal pills and herbs. Wang Xian ordered. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. This Undying God King battle pet is mine. Haha, this is the best as a mount, I want this one, pay divine stones. Eternal God Lord battle pets, 5,000 of this race, our Dongling sect wants all of them. The battle pets were bought one by one, those who didn't have enough divine stones could only watch with excitement. On the AI, the matter regarding Dragon Star had also attracted the attention of countless people. When someone posted the pictures of the battle pets, it caused a huge commotion. Taking out over 100 battle pets at once, now that they saw it with their own eyes, it gave them a huge shock. Especially when they saw the battle pets, their hearts were itching. I want to go to Dragon Star, no one can stop me. Wow, this is too powerful, I want one as a mount. Many of the battle pets' pictures and videos were posted, and countless people commented below. For many, this was the first time they saw so many battle pets. This Dragon Palace was too powerful. At the teleportation formation, there were still countless people rushing towards Dragon Star. Damn, look, the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect has responded to Dragon Palace. They responded, the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect responded. Anyone who made us pay has already become history. Rank 9 Heavenly Sect's reply is very domineering. Anyone who made us pay has already become history. Is this a warning to Dragon Palace and the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire? As far as I know, the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect has had 3 7th Order Undying God King experts for a long time. They have the right to say this. No wonder they are one of the old overlords so confident, not putting the Dragon Palace and the chaotic Tiger Demon Empire in their eyes at all. The Rank 9 Heavenly Sect statement showed everyone the confidence of the old forces, and they were all in awe. Chapter 2554, Dragon King. This is what the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect said. They obviously don't take us seriously. They didn't give us any explanation about the Monster Slayer sect. At the War Pet store, the king of the Tiger Luan country walked to Wang Xian's side. He turned on the computer and displayed the reply from the 9th grade Heavenly Sect. Hee. Wang Xian chuckled, ignore it for now. We'll deal with them one by one after today. Dragon King, are we really going to go against the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect? The king of Tiger Luan frowned and asked worriedly. Even though the Tiger Luan Demon Country had a 7th Order Immortal King Realm expert, they were still wary of the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect. If they really fought, the Tiger Luan Demon Country would be annihilated. They might end up like the Monster Slayer sect, a stray dog. This isn't our problem. They're protecting the Monster Slayer sect, and they have a 6th Order Immortal King Realm expert. Their occasional sneak attack will cause us great losses. So, either they drive the Monster Slayer sect away and we continue to hunt them down, or a bigger war will break out. Wang Xian said coldly. The 3C sect, the Monster Slayer sect, and the other 2 factions on Xinghua planet were a huge threat to them. If they didn't get rid of them, they might suffer great losses one day. Wang Xian didn't like this feeling. So, even if it meant defending the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect. More importantly, the moment they sold all their battle pets, including Rank 5 Undying God King battle pets, Dragon Palace's strength would receive a huge boost. He could then step into the Immortal King Realm, possessing the combat strength of a 7th Order Immortal King Realm expert. With the help of Sky Formation and the Old Advisor, they could fight against any faction in the Southstar Galaxy. The King of Tiger Luan pondered for a moment, then nodded. Dragon King, 80% of the battle pets have been sold. The rest will be sold in half an hour. The announcement from the Rank 9 Heavenly Sect didn't affect the sales of the battle pets. In less than an hour, 80% of the battle pets had been sold. Very good. When all the battle pets are sold, tell Sky Formation that we can advertise the training grounds. Wang Xian said with a smile. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. Wow, the battle pets are being sold so fast. There are no more left. It's only been an hour. Over 200,000 battle pets have been sold out. That's crazy. An hour later, everyone realized that all the battle pets were sold out. According to the Dragon Palace's announcement, half of the battle pets were still on sale, but they would be sold in batches within the next 10 days. Even so, selling more than 200,000 battle pets was still a terrifying number. There were over 70 Immortal God King battle pets, and 2 of them were rank 5 Immortal God King battle pets. Dragon King, it's starting. At this moment, Prime Minister Turtle walked over and said, Buzz. As soon as he finished speaking, a gigantic image appeared in the sky above Dragon Planet. In the image, a voice resounded in everyone's mind. The Dragon Star training field is a training field that seizes the good fortune of heaven and earth. It is divided into 9 attributes and contains the space of laws. When the voice entered their ears, everyone could not help but be slightly shocked. What's going on? What's going on? Look at the sky. What is Longxing announcing? Fuck, so powerful. The entire sky is an image. This ability is insane. Dragon Star training field, what is that? Everyone trembled slightly when they heard this voice. They raised their heads in shock and looked up into the sky. The Dragon Star training field is a place where one can place divine stones to cultivate. The density of the spiritual energy inside ranges from a rank 1 Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom to a rank 6 Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom. Because the Dragon Star training field contains all kinds of attributes, the cultivation speed is much faster than an Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom. The voice continued to enter everyone's ears. Slowly, some people's eyes widened, their faces filled with shock. How dense would the spiritual energy in an Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom be? Many people knew a little. But how many people could actually cultivate in an Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom? Undying God Kings would place their God countries in a very safe and hidden crack in the void. No one would announce their God countries to the public. Because once it was revealed, the enemy would be able to lock onto the Divine Kingdom and attack it directly. At that time, the Immortal God King would be crippled even if he didn't die. Therefore, those who could cultivate in an Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom were not known unless they were close relatives of an Immortal God King. As for the core grotto heavens of the sects, there were many that were comparable to an Immortal God King, but how many people could enter? Yet, the Dragon Star training field had such a terrifying ability. See this, is this real? How is this possible? If there's such a powerful training field, wouldn't it attract countless experts? How many divine stones would it cost to enter such an insane training field? When some people heard these words, their faces were filled with shock. Even some experts' mouths were slightly agape. A level 1 Immortal God King could enter a training room with the same effect as a rank 6 Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom. This was a great opportunity for them. As for the exact effect and price, everyone can try it out in the training field. You'll know when you get there. Prime Minister Turtle and the rest hovered in the air as they spoke to everyone. Following that, the experts from the Dragon Palace and the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom led them into the training field. The huge training field spanned over 1,000 kilometers, and there were all sorts of shopping malls around it. Everything was centered around this training field. Over 1 billion people surged into the training field. After entering, there was a simple explanation from the staff. Some experts couldn't resist going in to test it out. Very quickly, more and more people entered the training field. In less than an hour, the news of the Dragon Star training field blew up. Everyone who entered the training field went crazy. The cultivation speed inside is terrifying. My mind is much clearer, and this place is 10 times better than our sect's grotto heavens. See, as long as there are enough divine stones to consume, it can reach the level of a rank 6 Immortal God King's Divine Kingdom. This is too terrifying. I feel that I can break through in no time. The consumption of divine stones isn't as much as expected, but it's not little either. However, the effects are too terrifying. I'm 100% sure that the Dragon Star is going to explode. Just this training field alone is enough to make the Southern Star System popular. Around the Dragon Star training field, everyone was in an uproar, discussing in disbelief. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.